And the under-19s will be very happy with their power play. I'm sure Coach Shukri Conrad, 2 wickets, 1 boundary, an excellent start for the SA under-19. If they can continue to build on this during the next 6 to 7 overs, be able to limit the Eastern Stormers to something that's chaseable. Another good set there from William Elder. Really showed good control. And Bayumi is looking like he will continue into his second over. SA U19 has shown real energy in the field. There have been a few bobbles, but it's never easy to feel that the Pietermaritzburg Oval. It's a bit bumpy. With that start, I think the Eastern Stormers will be hoping for these two to put a partnership together to set a platform. Professional level, really handy with the bat, offers them a left and right combination. We'll be able to test the under-19 boys to see how they handle this change in field every ball. Looking for 2 down to third man, good fielding again. Just get the feeling that the under-19s have got the message, the wicket's pretty slow. Bowling quite a few slow balls, some cutters. Inside edge, looking for 2, good fielding. You can sense the frustration from the batters. There's only 1 boundary in 7 overs thus far. Another excellent over there from Abdullah. Nothing fancy, wicket to wicket with a good field.
That brings the score to 39 for 2 after 8 overs.
The change in the bowling. You'd have thought the way Liam was bowling, he'd continue and bowl his 4. Really bowled quite well. 1 over in the power play, and didn't bowl too many loose deliveries. It seems the captain has decided to keep him going. Caught us by surprise there with a little bit of a change of hats. Oh, there we go. It was a wise decision to keep him going. Wicket to wicket, clipping the top of middle. Excellent effort from this under-19, SA under-19 boys, keeping the pressure on the Eastern Stormers.
Some absolutely top bowling.
And that's
Bring the score to 39 for 3 after 8 overs.
getting a start there. Number 7, Aaron Fisser. This wasn't able to kick on. And that brings to the wicket the captain of the Eastern Stormers, Mangaliso Moseshle. An experienced first-class cricketer, has played a couple of T20s for South Africa, now based at the Eastern Stormers. It's always been a fantastic striker of the cricket ball. He's played a season here at Pietermaritzburg, so you should know the oval conditions. And you know, between Arnold and Moseshle, this could be the key partnership for the Eastern Stormers if they are to get up to a defendable score. They're definitely going to need to be able to rotate the strike and find the odd boundary in between for the next few overs to build a partnership. And that's tickled down to fine leg. The ball runs away quite quickly here at the oval. No stopping that one. That's just the second boundary coming in the 8th over. A little bit short and cut away for a single. The SA U19 captain is really keeping the pressure on these batters. They've got 5 in the ring. No easy escape. Now he brings in a slip. No, changes his mind again. You feel that if they can sneak another wicket or two. That's hit hard into the covers. Good fielding there, cutting it down to 1. And that's the end of the 9th over. 46 for 3. Wouldn't be surprised if they brought back the main seamers for another dart. See if they can break this partnership. before it becomes substantial. Another change in the bowling, replacing Abdullah is Liema, number 81. Come left arm over. Again, a lot of pressure on the batters here, on the new batter, the skipper, Moseshe. Finding the outside edge, another single down to third man. Thoughts of a second. Good fielding, good recovery. The pitch does have a tinge of green looking from above. Probably needs to last the entire day with another match in the afternoon. There hasn't been that much movement. Just a bit of swing in the first couple of overs. Pretty slow. Lovely length there from Liema. Hit hard into the covers. Good fielding again, no run. Doesn't take too many balls for Mangaliso to get his eye in. Looking for two. Okay, that's a good arm there from fine leg. The fielding's been excellent from the SA U19 team. They managed to get the single, bobbling in the outfield. A little bit of a misfield there at long off, long on. The Stormers are upping the intensity between the wickets. Takes them to 51 for 3. And that brings us to the end of the 10th over, halfway. You get the feeling as well that the under-19s would be happy with 51 for 3. This is definitely a big partnership for them to try to keep a stranglehold on. The captain, Mangaliso, and probably their most experienced in Matthew Arnold. Right and left-handed combination as well. Liam Elders bowled beautifully for his 2 for 19. This is his last over of his spell. You can see the intent from the captain. With his season experience here at the Oval, he knows that anything under 140, 150 with these quick outfield and shortish boundaries could be quite difficult to defend. The SA U19 team has got a lot of all-rounders. Some of the guys have played last year as well. They're a more experienced group.
Because there's commentary around.
It's brave field placings from Liam. He's keeping his mid on in the ring, inviting the captain to take the risk.
Yeah.
On the leg by. Shown excellent control during his spell, wicket to wicket. Not too many loose deliveries. Oh, brilliant stop there in the covers, just keeping it down to a single. Can he close out his spell? Oh, and was it an outside edge? Another single to finish off. End of a brilliant little spell there. 4 overs,
Oh,
2 for 22.
Was it an outside edge?
Really kept the brakes on
Another
the
single
Eastern
to finish
Stormers.
off.
11 overs gone. You wouldn't believe there's been only 2 boundaries thus far. Brilliant effort from the SA Under-19 team.
That brings the score to 56 for 3 after 11 overs.
You can see what pristine condition the oval is in. They're preparing for this weekend for the last 2 weeks, making sure everything is in tip-top condition, even though we had a bit of rain for a few days. It's well bowled, wicket to wicket, not much to work with. Another quick single into the offside. You probably would have liked the batsmen just to move around the crease a bit more, see if the under-19 bowlers could have adjusted, put them under a bit of pressure. Just missed out on that. Another single. Coach Shukri Conrad would be very pleased at the discipline these bowlers have shown. Be happy with singles at this stage. Gotta feel that something's going to give in the next 10 balls, either a boundary or a wicket. Nice to know if the Eastern Stormers have a target in mind. With 8 overs to go, maybe another 60 runs, 70. Oh, that's on its way to the boundary, clipped off his legs. Great fielding there, deep square leg. Keeps it down to just 2. That's the end of 12 overs. The Eastern Storm are 62 for 3. And it looks like the opening bowler, Matthew Bose, is coming in from the far end. Bowled decently. Up front. Captain will be hoping he can get a wicket here. You feel the Eastern Storm team will be looking at anything in the region of 130 and above from this stage as a par score. To get there would take some sort of urgency from the skipper. Probably look to get a move on with it while batting around Matthew Arnold. Sharp single into the covers. Arnold's rotated the strike pretty well. He's on 20 of 19 balls. Lost a few partners along the way. This could be the over that the skipper, Moseshe, looks to take him on. A little bit of extra pace. Might make it easier to find the boundary. Mid on and mid off. We're up in the circle. Common sense has prevailed. They're dropping long on back. And as it high in the sky, is it a chance? And it's straight down the sweeper's throat. Well caught. Didn't have to move that much. And that's the end
And is it
of
high
number
in the
6
sky? Is it a chance? And it's straight down the sweeper's throat. Well
Brilliant
caught.
squeezing and pressure
Didn't
from
have
the
to move
SA
that
U19
much.
team. They've just limited the boundaries, and you knew that at some stage something was going to give, and it's fallen in their favor, and that's 63 for 4 for the Eastern Storm. Well-deserved wicket, persisting, keeping the pressure on.
Brings the score to 63 for 4 after 12 overs. As promised, it's going to be some great cricket for the next 3 days.
Lots of work to do for the Eastern Storm. Not much time left if they're going to get to that target of around 130. And just the implementation of the new rules in cricket is that the new batter has to face for any time a batsman is caught. There's no changing around like it used to be. It's good for the bowlers so they get to bowl to the new batter. Maybe we might see a few more hat-tricks this weekend. In walking to bat is Shane Dadswell. Oh, welcome. Never used to happen before. With the new rules, at least you can shake up the new batter. Nice and aggressive from this SA19. Matthew Boast. Really bowled with good pace. And he's off the mark. Little drop into the offside. Gets off the dreaded duck. No batter likes to be a naught for too long. A lot of expectation now on Matthew Arnold. Sure, he knows what role he has to play now. Build a partnership. Maybe he needs to be the guy to be there in the last 2 overs with others being aggressive around him. Still 5 in the ring. Mudov up. Single to mid wicket. The guys in the ring are hanging a bit deep, so any bat on ball should be a single. And that's the end of the 13th over. 66 for 4. Might be a change in the bowling. Another spinner coming on from this end. Number 21, Juan James. And he starts on the money. Right arm off spinner. Not much turn on offer this morning. Might turn a bit more later on. Straight away, comes around the wicket. Not much air, just pretty quick through the air. A little bit short, that's it high in the, and that's out of here. The first 6 of the day. Onto the banks. Relaxing under the tree, the spectator didn't even see it coming. It's well hit from Shane. Just a hint short. And that's out the ground. First 6 of the day to kick off our CSA T20 in the Division 2. I think the DJ has been waiting for these kind of opportunities. It's been few and far between so far. Boundaries have been hard to come by. And then another sharp single after the boundary, getting off strike. You'll probably find if he slowed the pace down a bit, he might find a bit more turn. That's what generally happens here in Maritzburg. Just slow it down a touch, it'll turn a bit more. It's clubbed to square leg. Another single, leading edge, just popped into the covers. That's the over. Not what you would hope for. It's 14 overs gone. 75 for 4. Shane Dadswell on 10 and Matthew Arnold been there on 22, not out. Matthew Bose to continue. He's going to complete his spell. It's been brilliant thus far. 2 for 16. Persisting with the shortish length. Been effective so far. Another single. Single to point, little misfield. Very impressed by the South African under 19, the way they've gone about their fielding. They've kept the pressure on. Haven't been that many twos to the outfield, to the sweepers. The boundary fielders have been sharp. They looked pretty organized. Well bowled, back of a length. Another single down to third man. That's the first no ball for this morning. It's been very good from the under 19 bowlers as a unit. It's a free hit. We've seen that Shane can hit the ball out the park. I wonder where he's looking at. He sent all the long on, long off to the boundary. They brought up third man and fine leg. Most likely looking to go as full as possible. And it's high in the air. Someone underneath it, it's not going to count. And they're hustling for 2. It's going to be close. And that's well run. Safe in the end. 2 runs of that free hit. Okay. Bringing third man up. Long off goes back. Still going to persist with the back of the length deliveries. It's a bit fuller, and that's a single down to long off. Well bowled, well played. One more delivery to complete an excellent spell here from Matthew Boast. Another single brings us to the end of the 15th over, and Matthew Boast finishes with the figures of 4 overs, 2 for 25. All 2 excellent overs up front. Came back, got the breakthrough again. The Eastern Storm are sitting at 84 for 4 with 5 overs to go.
That brings the score to 84 for 4 after 15 overs.
Change in the bowling again. Opening bowler Kwena Mapaka is back from the doozy end. Swung the ball nicely in the beginning with the new ball. Probably won't be able to swing it that much now. When he starts with a wide down leg side, probably will have to adjust his line a touch without any swing. If anything, the left armer bowling to Matthew Arnold, the left-hander, brings the shorter boundary into play. Single. Probably feel he might have missed out on that with third man up in the ring. He could have probably looked to the boundary option at third man. Straight away coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Third man and fine leg up in the ring. Probably looking at some cutters. Looking for 2, easily home. Wide of extra cover. A lot of work for the long off to get around. The Eastern Storm are definitely going to have to find an over in the next 4 where they can target to get up to a meaningful score. Quick single. One more delivery left in the 16th over. That's pulled across the line. Oh, it's a misfield. And that's rolling away to the boundary. Is he going to pull it in? And he just gets there. Unfortunate boundary to finish off the over for the SA U19 bowling unit. And that takes us to 94 for 4. Just 4 overs left. Dadswell's on 20. He's been the aggressor. And Arnold's just chipped away on 29.
British Scots are 94 for 4 after 16 overs.
31 pot.
The partnership's up to 31 at the moment. 4 overs left. You feel that they are targeting maybe at least a minimum of 10 runs and over for to get them up to 130. Bowling change. Liema's coming from the top end. Bowled really well, quite steady in the beginning. Gonna have to hold his nerve to finish it off here. Interesting field. There's 4 up in the ring on the offside. Starts off with the wide down the leg side. A lot of pressure for the SA U19 to hold up to. He's got to be wicket to wicket. Anything remotely outside off stump brings the offside boundary into play with the 4 fielders in the ring. That's hit hard. Pushing for 2. Should get there comfortably. Big test here for Liema. It's got to be wicket to wicket. That's what he wants. Be happy with singles to his sweepers on the leg side. All 4 of them. Probably be a bit easier for him bowling to the right-hander if he's protecting the short boundary. A similar field. No sweeper back on the leg side. Got 5 sweepers on the offside, ranging from long off all the way around to third man. And that's it, high and miles, way over these trees here, and that's maximum. You just feel this is a tall order for him to bowl with no fielders back on the leg side. Shane knows exactly where he's going to bowl. Got into position, bringing up the Eastern Storm 100 with a maximum. Don't be surprised if he's targeting the leg side yet again. Same field, Everyone up on the leg side in the ring. There it goes again. Is it going to carry? One bounce into the fence. Back-to-back boundaries. Definitely some conversations with the captain on the field. Are they going to change it? You surely feel they got to do something. Partnership moves up to 45 with those back-to-back boundaries. There we go. Two fielders come in on the offside, third man and point. And extra cover. Bit more orthodox. Is it a little bit too late? That's hit hard into the covers, a quick single. Partnership moves to 46. It's well hit. Are they looking for two? Touch and go should be. Easy to wide long off. It's been an excellent over for the Eastern Storm. It's been a brilliant over, number 17. Takes them to the 111. 111 for 4 with 3 overs left. Oh, chipped into the covers. It's a bright and breezy innings from Shane. Has come to an end. 31 of 17 balls. Did what he's supposed to do. What was needed. A soft ending to a little cameo. Eastern Storm will need to make sure they continue this into the last 17 balls of the innings. Matthew Arnold's still there.
That brings the score to 111 for 5 after 17 overs.
And that's a wicket for Kwena Mapaka. Good length, caught in the covers. In walks Leon Lubber. Doesn't have too many balls to have a sighter. And not the best. First up delivery from Kwena. It's a wide down the leg side. He's bowled pretty decently in his 3 overs thus far. 1 for 16. Just picked up that wicket. It's coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Third man and fine leg up in the ring. Lubber cannot afford too many dot balls at this stage. Needs to look to get bat and ball, if anything. Slow ball that's hit into the leg side. Is he looking for two? Yes, it's a misfield. The fielding has dropped a little bit in the last 5 overs. One thing you got to make sure on the boundary is that you got your body behind the ball, because it's quite bumpy in certain areas. The outfield is generally quite hard. Quick single. No need to shy. Arnold's been the stalwart of this innings, holding the innings together, letting the others bat around him. Not as fluent as we've seen him before. Probably due mainly to the loss of wickets and no partnerships. That's it, club, and that's for slightly open stance, walking across. Quina couldn't adjust sufficiently enough. Takes them up to 119 for 5. The last ball of the 18th over left. It's been a strong finish from the Eastern Storm team unit. A little cameo from Shane Dadswell. And just the finishing touches needed. Inside edge, are they looking for two? Touch and go, it's going to be a close one. And they decide against it. Matthew Arnold keeping strike. End of the 18th over, 120 for 5. It's been a good recovery from the Eastern Storm batting unit. At the halfway stage, we're looking a little bit short, but they could get themselves into a meaningful position here with 2 decent overs. And Liema to close out his spell with the penultimate over. Oh, and that's outside edge, and that's third man in the ring. That's 4 more. Takes Arnold up to 39. He's got enough deliveries to get to his 50.
That's outside edge,
What a
and that's
valuable
third
knock
man
this
in
has
the
been.
ring. That's 4 more. Takes.
Liema struggled with the idea of protecting the short boundary. It's just missed his length, missed his line, and he's been punished.
Oh, and that's outside edge, and that's third man in the ring. That's 4 more.
Oh, it's a tight one. Another quick single. Interesting decisions here for the SA U19 captain and Liema. Are they going to persist with the leg side field in the ring? Not so much. No, that's wide down leg side. You feel that maybe Lubber missed out on that one. Fine leg up in the ring. Any bat is 4 more. And a big swing and a miss. Still got to get bat on ball. They fought back quite hard as the Eastern Storm team to get into this position. You don't want to be letting dot balls go with 9 left in the innings. There we go. They're pushing for 2. Yes. It's going to be tied. Bit of a poor throw there from the offside boundary rider. 2 more. That's it hard. Straight to the sweeper though. Well bowled. Good fielding position. Keeps it down to a single. It's important delivery, this one. The last ball of the 19th over. And that's on the legs. Looking for 2. Should be. That concludes the 19th over. Liema finishing with 4 overs, no wickets, 39 runs. Bowled really well up front. And just couldn't close it out. Eastern Storm, 1 over left. 131 for 5. Matthew Arnold sitting pretty on 46 of 36 balls. He's really caught up quite nicely in the end, being the rock of the innings.
3 out of last over.
And to close off the SA under-19 innings is Abdullah Bayoumi. That's hit in the air. Is it going to carry? No. 1 bounce for a single. Didn't catch it in the middle. It was a length ball. Matthew Arnold just 4 boundaries shy of a well-deserved half century. Opening up his stance. And that's helped along its way. Call for 2, was halfway down, sent back. There we go, cutter, slow ball, well bowled. Swing and a miss. Got to get bat and ball. 3 deliveries left in the innings. That's hit hard again. Should only be 1. One striker's backing up quite a bit. It'll be interesting to see if we get any non-striker runouts in this weekend. And that's hit high. Is it in the gap? Is it carrying? Yes, it does. That's 50 up with a maximum for Matthew Arnold. Well batted. Kept the innings together. Takes him to 53 with a high and mighty maximum 6. 1 ball left. They've got to 140. And that's hit high. Not all that well. It's going to drop short. Are they going to push for 2? Yes, they do. Keepers in, and that's 2 to close off the innings. 142 for 5 after 20 for the Eastern Storm. A very, very good recovery. They really were in a spot of bother at the halfway stage. Fantastic little innings there from Matthew Arnold. A cameo from Shane Dadswell. It's taken it up to a respectable 142.
And that brings the final score to 142 for 5 after 20 overs.
You probably feel on this pitch it should be a little bit more. They started off pretty slowly. But everything here to play for the SA Under-19 batters when they get their chance. So it'll be 10 minutes, quick changeover, and we'll be ready to get going for the SA Under-19 batting innings. And we're back for the SA U19 innings with Captain Van Heerden and, if not mistaken, Liam Elder to open the innings. Actually, just getting it right there. Sorry about that. We got Ronan Herman and Mikhail Prince to open the innings for the SA U19 team. They will be chasing 143 to win, so it's a good opportunity. Probably feel it's about 20 runs shy of an average oval score. And that's Nico van Zyl, who's opening the bowling for the Eastern Storm. A little bit of a way shape there. You feel and you know that they're going to have to make early inroads into this SA U19 team if they're going to defend 143 runs, because we've seen some exciting, talented batters in the SA U19 coming through in the past few years. And that's for a moment there, I thought it looked like an edge. Probably caught the arm on the way through, just dropping short of first slip. And with me, joining me to watch the SA U19 is Douglas McLeod-Elliott, part of the team here, the commentary team for CSA. That's a lovely straight drive, misfielded. And that's 2 runs to get the SA U19 team to the scoreboard. How's it, Douglas?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ahmed. Finally got you some company here on the
It was
the
a
mic.
lonely morning, no doubt.
We know it can be a bit strenuous on the vocals, but here I am.
Yeah, and it's excellent because I mean you followed a lot of the SA U19 boys. Short and wide and cut. That's what we're saying. The Eastern Storm bowlers are gonna have to be on the money. These under 19 boys play with no fear. We saw that last year in the competition.
Yeah, look, we've got some real exciting talent in this under 19 squad. Just that previous shot, Ronan Herman, showing us a bit of his attacking flair. Really aggressive opening batter, and very excited to see how they fare in this year's competition.
Yeah, and we're very fortunate that you're here, Douglas. It's a quick single, misfield. One thing you get is these under 19 boys are always urgent. They're full of energy. We saw that in the field. Only time the heads dropped is when the boundaries started flowing for a while, but when they're on song, they're looking for every run possible. I mean, you followed them quite a bit in terms of video recording and stuff, so you know them quite well, Douglas.
Yeah, so obviously with all the streaming and stuff that's been happening over the last few years at a school, he's gone through and edged that through the slips. Ball's run away to the boundary. He'll count himself fortunate, but at the end of the day, it still ticks over the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. The Eastern Storm, they know they got to get wickets. Why would you have a first slip that's so wide? And that's the end of the first over. Great start here from the other 19 boys. 11 without loss.
Yeah, so I was saying, I mean, there's such a boom in live streaming at a school level these days, and you know, it's over all different sports and sporting codes, and a lot of these boys have come through the school system where, you know, streaming has been introduced. So, you know, there's been a lot more exposure, not just to the selectors, not just to the parents, but also just to the general public. And there's a lot more familiar names that are coming through the system just because of that exposure.
definitely they're more familiar now that you see them more often, and if you want to follow cricket, you just click onto your phone or your iPad or whatever it is, and onto the CSA or YouTube channels, or you can follow these kids.
Similani into the attack.
And that's been the norm in most T20 games. The ability for spinners to bowl in the power play more often than opening the bowling.
It's been a big element of the T20 game for a few years now. And quite often, it's, the spinners come in the early overs, and before you know it, 4 overs have been bowled. You've only got 10 runs on the board, and you realize, geez, where did the overs go?
Yeah, the biggest thing about that is that opening batters, yes, you do practice against spin. Oh, that's wide down, just down the leg side. As I was saying, you practice against spin, but when you first go in the start of the innings, against spinners, you got to make the play. So you got to put the momentum and hit the ball into gaps.
He's worked that into the leg side, straight to the square leg fielder though. We found that with the T20 game as well, taking pace off the ball often does make things a little trickier for the batsman to generate those runs, and that's the plan here.
That's a sharp single into the leg side.
Yeah, as you mentioned, these under 19 boys, very young and energetic, and it's. I think it's very important that they play in these types of competitions just to sort of mature their cricketing game.
Yeah, I think that the incentive with the entire with SA T20, with the franchise T20 cricket around the world, T10s. I mean, you're just leaving school, you got opportunity to play with the exposure of streaming services. I mean, the sky's the limit if you really grab the bull by the horns and put performances and numbers on the board.
Let's cut that. Beats in the fielder in the infield, and that will run away to the boundary.
Brings us to the end of the second over, and SA under 19 team are 18 without loss.
It's a rather comfortable start here for the SA under 19 boys.
After 2 overs.
KZN Inland struggling in their opening few overs in the first innings.
Yeah, you just found that the intent is there. The bowlers haven't been on as accurate and disciplined as you would expect them to be. It's a lovely start, but you still feel that hey, if the Eastern Stormers can nip a wicket or two back to back.
It's interesting now that they've actually taken out that slip that was there when the edge was induced. So quite interesting tactic here.
The funny thing is, it's very easy to forget that wickets slow down the run rate better than anything else. So,
100%.
I mean, it's still early in the game. If you can get 2 or 3 wickets as the Eastern Storm bowling unit, you're definitely putting yourselves into a good position. You're making that 143 runs look a lot further away than it really is. And you want to put some pressure into these under 19 players who haven't played as much professional cricket or first class cricket as some of the Eastern Storm team members.
Oh, he's had a wild swing across the line there. It looks like this Eastern Storm fielding unit is trying to squeeze Prince at the moment. He hasn't scored as freely, obviously not facing as many balls as Herman, but there's hardly a single to find in the offside.
Yeah, they're really looking to put some pressure on him. But definitely with Coach Shukri Conrad's philosophy of being fearless and attacking, these kids are definitely looking to score.
He's just sort of pushed out at a wider delivery there. Maybe looking to get a bit of bat on ball, bit of confidence behind his stroke play. But You would think that this Eastern Storm side would want to utilize that experience that they've had in the game. Obviously being part of the Division 2 for a while now.
Oh, short wide, cut away for 4. He's looking for anything outside off. You had the feeling that you miss your length, he's going to pounce on it, and is brilliantly executed.
It looks like you just cannot deliver any width to these two
Oh,
openers.
short
They've
wide,
absolutely
cut away for
demolished
4.
any balls that have been short
He's
and wide,
looking
and
for anything outside
I mean the
off.
timing was exquisite on that stroke. Third boundary of the innings so far.
Well, that's an indication of the struggles the Eastern Storm batting unit had. I mean, they in their first 10 overs they only had 2 boundaries. And here we're in the 3rd over, and the SA U19 team are already rocketing along with 3.
Do you think that's got to do with how well the SA U19 bowlers bowled?
Oh, that's helped away, down fine leg. Beating short fine leg, that's 4 more, back to back. Wasn't the worst delivery. Probably if he missed it, it would have been an LBW shot, but that's well played.
Oh,
One
that's
foot.
helped away, down fine leg.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the discipline of the SA U19 bowlers was excellent.
Back to back.
I mean, there was a bit of shape from Quena, and Matthew Bose himself bowled quite nicely. They were very disciplined. I mean, one side of the wicket, making it difficult for them to get away. Oh, that would have almost been 3 in a row. Brilliant. Straight drive to end the over. No run.
Nico van Zyl deciding to do the fielding off his own bowling there. And yeah, it's interesting you mention Quena Mapaka and Matthew Boast. Brilliant young talents that have come through the Seamers. Matthew Boast coming through from Hilton College, and Quena Mapaka is actually still such a youngster that's part of the Sinstithian setup. I think he came into the first team at 15, if I'm not mistaken. Real talent. And what's great, I think, is that they identified him early, and they're giving him that exposure.
Yeah, and also being a left arm who swings the ball back in is it's priceless, really. I mean, there's not you do get left armers around, but the ability to keep swinging the ball in consistently. We saw it when the South African played India the other night, how effective left arm swing bowling can be.
It's almost a must in every team these days to have that variation. Aman Khan coming into the attack. It's just been worked down to the 3rd man boundary. They come back for a second. Good running between the two batters. It does seem a different intensity in the second innings with the batters. I mean, KZN Inland just seem to struggle.
Eastern
Sorry, Eastern Storm.
Inland is in the afternoon. The Tuskers are in the
apologies.
afternoon.
Yeah, second game of the day coming up at 1:45 here at the Oval, as it's been edged out to the 3rd man boundary. One bounce, a little bit of an uncomfortable take there.
Well, you definitely get the feeling that the message to the batters has been be aggressive up front. With the fielders back in the power play, make sure we maximize it, because it can get a bit more difficult once the sweepers go back and boundaries. But with the fielders in, I think I'm sure Mr. Conrad, Shukri Conrad has told them, hey, we'd rather be 50 for 2 than 30 without loss after the power play.
Oh, he's swung that into the leg side, and that's going to run away to the boundary, to the famous tree.
Yeah, when you look at the tree, you just think even if you hit the top of the tree, it's still 4. It's hard to believe.
I mean, you'd have to hit it quite well if you're going to hit the top of that tree.
And it's still 4.
I mean, the trees and stuff around the stadium are all really tall trees, and it's almost iconic.
No, you're saying iconic. One of the main things you have to understand is that the Oval is a heritage site. So if you look at the main pavilion, where the offices are, where the changerooms are, it's a heritage building. So there's not much you can change in the structure of it. And there we go, backing up the boundary with a push, and these guys are off. That's 2. Good running again, putting a lot of pressure on the Eastern Storm bowling unit here. They're going to need something to go their way if they're going to get back into this game. Otherwise, we could be done a lot earlier than expected at the rate these batters are going.
Well, as you say, wickets are probably the way to stem the flow, and yeah, I think this aggression is also just to create a bit of scoreboard pressure, having probably scored those 20-30 runs less than they would have wanted, and that scoreboard pressure also does generate a lot of pressure and few mistakes in the field, and yeah, captain's gonna have to make a few important calls here in these next few overs. Let's just clip the pad down leg side.
It's fortunate there. If you didn't clip the pad, that was headed for another wide. Interesting field here. They've got both boundary riders on the leg side at fine leg and deep square leg, so not much room for error here from Khan. He's going to have to be stump to stump. Otherwise, you have no doubt that the batters are going to throw their hands at anything that's remotely outside off. Like that.
That's short and wide and dispatched. We've said it. Cannot bowl short and wide. These batters are so comfortable rocking on the back foot and just bludgeoning it through the offside.
And that's the end of the 4th over. The SA U19 batting team is rollicking along at 39 without loss. Lovely opening partnership of 39 between Mikhail Prince and Ruben Herman. They've just looked so accomplished. Anything loose, they pounced on it, found the gap, run well.
They have found the edge here and there, you know, a few balls in the air, but that comes with that
That happens.
aggressive brand of play.
You're never going to hit every ball in the middle, and you just got to hope that you are intent and you're committing to the stroke. And generally, the ball fall in the gap. Bowling chains, the spinners coming from the top end again. Same end that Liam Elder had a lot of success in tying the batters down. It's going to be difficult. He's only allowed 2 sweepers. He's got Cow and Long on. Bowling to 2 batters that have already found their feet. It's going to be a big test here. Let's see what do these batters get up to.
He's just pushed that out into the leg side,
And they're
looking
running
for
well.
2. They've ended up getting there quite comfortably.
It's very strange. I mean, you've got an off-spinner bowling to 2 right-handers. You're actually limiting your protection there with no mid-wicket. And that's 4 more. Running down fine leg.
It's a real quick outfield here. That one's not going to get caught. But he seems to be pushing the ball through quite quickly.
Well, we saw all spinners today so far really bowl pretty flat at a good, quick pace. Not prepared to give it much flight and see if there is more turn in the pitch. Oh, that's hardly swept. Oh, straight to the man, well fielded. It's going to be the first single in a while. But just going back on that, I think you'll find that the teams that are going to be playing in the afternoon will definitely look at this and realize this is the way that we need to go about our innings, not wait for things to happen. You've got to make things happen. So you've got to take some chances, some risks.
Yeah, I must say, it looks like a very sort of even pitch in terms of batters, what it has to offer for batters and bowlers.
Well,
you can score runs here.
Generally, over a period of time, it's just a bit slow. But it's a lot of runs in it. It's a quick outfield.
He's gone down on one knee again, this time missing it. So Ahmed, you captaining this Eastern Storm side. What are you going to do to buy this wicket?
You can't buy, you got to actually earn it. So we've got to find a way to. I mean, he's got to bowl a few dots. You know that they're going to look to score. Guys in the boundary have got to make sure that there's no free runs. I mean, they're looking for two. This is where they've been training. Generally, you expect the SA U19 team as a unit to be urgent, right? Play fearless cricket. There will be a half a chance somewhere. You got to make sure, as the Eastern Stormer fielder, you're ready to grab it.
We've scored 47 after 5 overs.
As you hear on the PA system, 5 overs gone, 47 on the board. And I think the crucial part of it is that they haven't even lost a wicket.
Yeah, I mean, before you know it, the blink of an eye, they've got the required runs to under 100 already. So partnership is already 47.
Aman Khan coming back for his second over. Quite an expensive first one, going for 13. However, that has been the story of the day for these bowlers.
Every over has been 10 plus. So
It's just the regular boundaries that have been hit.
and they haven't bowled consistently in one side of the wicket, as the under 19 bowlers showed that if you bowl consistently with the right field, you can put a squeeze on the batsman. But definitely the captain is hoping for the power play to finish.
Oh, he's gone over the top.
Didn't time it as well. Is it going to bounce well? It's running away. And yes, that's another boundary.
And that brings up the 50 runs for the SA under 19 boys, coming in swift time, and also bringing up the 50-run partnership between Ronan Herman and Mikhail Prince. It's been explosive, it's been exciting.
Oh, that's high up. Is it flying? It looks like it's going to carry all the way for 6 and has.
That's a massive hit from Mikhail Prince.
The first maximum of this innings goes to Mikhail Prince, and he moves to 34 of just 18 deliveries.
I mean, he's almost running at a strike rate of 200. And when the innings start, we thought Ronan Herman would be the aggressor, but it looks like Prince has decided, no, I'm going to be bored on that side if I have to watch you have all the fun.
Well, if you look back, the Eastern Storm had a little opportunity there. There was early on the edge that went between the keeper and the slip.
Yeah.
And since then, it's just been one-way traffic.
Oh, he's advanced down, showing that confidence, sort of taking the attack to the bowler as they have been. Beautiful.
It's been a very impressive start from the SA under 19 batters. Just the intent. I mean, we didn't. I'm just trying to recall. I didn't think I could see one of the Eastern Stormers advance down the pitch. They didn't have the confidence, or probably the situation didn't allow them to express themselves. But brilliant intensity, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the only batter that really showed proper intent was Matthew Arnold, obviously scoring that 40-odd. And
yeah, and with the wickets falling around, it probably didn't allow him to do anything different. You know, you had to just hang in there and be the anchor for the innings until Shane Dadswell came in and did a little cameo.
yeah, I mean, the two of them did really rescue the innings for Eastern Storm, because at one stage it looked like they would probably only get about 120, 130, and that cameo really did save their innings. A bit of a slower ball there.
Yeah, way too early on it, and that brings us to the end of the power play. A very fruitful one for the SA under 19 team. They're sitting on 57 without loss. Both batters looking in good nick.
Just calling for a quick drink.
Not only a drink, I
Glove
think every
change.
time you get hit on a helmet, you got to have a little check. The umpires probably, the rule is that you got to just make sure it's not a concussion.
Did it hit him in the helmet?
Yeah, I think it just grazed his glove and clipped the helmet, so precautionary.
Okay.
That's why the umpires are with them.
Good little refresher though as well. I
And
think everything
there's
looks
the
good.
medic is running on to make sure to give him the thumbs up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's happy. He's looking comfortable. Always encouraging.
Yeah, it wasn't a direct blow, so you wouldn't think it would make any difference, but better to err on the side of precaution than anything.
100%. There's no need to take unnecessary risks.
I wonder what question she's asking him. What do you think?
Oh,
Where is
what's
he?
your name?
Where
Where
is
are
he?
you at the moment?
What day is it?
When's your birthday?
He's good to
What's
go.
the bowler's name?
What color is the ball?
No, good stuff. No, it seems like he's been given the thumbs up.
Good to go.
Now that the power play is done, curious to see how the Storm approach this.
Well, I think you're going to go back to, if it's not mistaken, it looks like Matthew Arnold coming into the attack. Yes. I mean, he's quite handy with the ball, so experienced. So the captain's going back to his tried and trusted soldier.
First ball, he's bowled it short. It's been cut into the offside. Sort of standard procedure for the batters this innings. But this time there is cover out on the boundary. Just a single. Arnold coming in again.
Okay, short and wide again. Didn't find the gap. Probably find that maybe on this pitch it's a bit too short. They've got some protection square of the wicket.
But the bounce has been rather consistent though. We haven't actually seen any demons in the pitch so far either.
It's just been slow, so it's given the batter enough time to adjust. So the Eastern Storm need a wicket, so I don't know if maybe they're looking to bounce them out.
Still same line, same length. Look, I mean, he's only gone for 2 in his first 3 deliveries, so maybe
it's too comfortable. Too comfortable.
Yeah, they don't really need much more than that.
Yeah, it just looks too comfortable for the batters that they don't need to do anything out of the ordinary.
And I mean, they've set such a foundation that they only do need to run a ball at this stage. Required rates at about 6.2 at this stage. A bit of a swing at that one, just mistiming it. One of the very few they've mistimed.
Well, you probably find that you're going to need Matthew Arnold to hold up an end here. And the captain's going to have to rely on something from the spinners. And the spinners can deliver.
Let's work that one into the leg side. They're pushing hard. They should come back for a comfortable 2. A little bit of a fumble.
Well, that's all it needs when you're down at the boundary. If you just fumble the ball, it's enough time for the batters, if they are alert and willing, to get through. A little bit of a better over there from the Eastern Storm bowling unit. No boundary there. Well, this is what we expect now. This is the test for the under-19 boys, is that they're going to find Matthew Arnold's not going to try to go for too many boundaries, bowl to his field. And from the other end is how they play the spinners. I mean, Simelane hasn't been too bad at the first over in the power play. So left arm orthodox spin to 2 right-handers. See if he can get a wicket for his captain, Moseshle. Yeah, that's going to be another 2 here. Knocked into the onside. You got to feel that they've got to do something to bring an extra fielder into the ring here. Right? To sit with at 64 without loss, to hope that the batter makes a mistake.
Yeah, I think the spinners do need to also bring in a bit of variation of pace, variation of delivery. Just utilize the pitch a bit more.
Okay, that could. Oh. Looking for the 2 halfway down, turning back. I mean, that's where you're going to find every ball is going to be knocked into the onside, yeah, if they do not plug that gap. Oh, that's close. Oh, that's very close.
I think it's the fact that he advanced down the track.
That's what probably saved him.
Yeah, it looked very straight.
Oh, that's gone.
Has to be.
A real pity. He's going so well. Again, just played across it.
Just having a look here. It's so full.
Hit him on the back foot in front of the stumps. And the bright and breezy innings there from Mikhail Prince comes to an end. Well played, 35. Really hit the ball sweetly. Got the batting team off to a brilliant start, yeah?
Yeah, a real exciting innings there from Prince. And if anything, I think it's a sign of things to come. We've got Matthew Boast coming in to bat now. Also a real strong hitter of the ball.
Well, the message is very clear from Shukri Conrad here, is that we're not going to waste any time and send any orthodox batters. We're going to send in the big fast bowler to hit the ball out the park.
If not, why not? If you have the resources, we might as well use them.
Well, you're chasing under 100 now. You put the nail in the coffin. He's definitely sending the big fast bowler. And don't get me wrong, Matthew does hit the ball very sweetly.
No, he's a great batsman. Let's not take anything away from him coming in at 3. And I'm quite curious to see his approach, because by nature he's quite an aggressive batsman. So they only require, again, 6.3 to the over. So he has time to...
78 runs to win. Plus it adds the left and right-handed combination, not making it any easier for the fielding team.
However, it is that wicket that they've been looking for.
Well, they needed something.
Oh, first ball is gone and slapped it down the ground. It's gone all the way. We speak about intent, and that tells you exactly what you need to know.
Well, the message is clear why he was sent out.
Oh, he's just bludgeoned that straight.
Not letting the spinner settle. Brilliant stuff.
Oh, who'd want to be a bowler today? Seems to be a bit of search for the ball.
Well, nothing much. I'm not too sure what they're talking about, because they've got 5 sweepers out on the boundary anyway. Wherever they were, that would have still been 6. That's straight back past the bowler's head.
Oh, he cleared
it. Excellent execution.
With comfort.
Yeah, excellent execution.
And that brings an end to the 8th over. Simelane going for 9 in that over. It was actually a real tight over, having gone for 3 runs and then taking the wicket, and
Yeah, well, he did very well until the boundary came. I think maybe he just erred on his line. He should have known what Matthew Bowes was sent out to do. Just gave him room to free his arms, and that takes us after 8 overs, 71 for 1. A mere 72 left to win.
Score at the moment 71 for 1 after 8 overs.
Halfway stage, half the runs to get. Oh, that's a drop chance there. What more do you need? We spoke about the half a chance coming, and the Eastern Storm's got to grab it. Really, really disappointing. They're working so hard here.
Oh, unfortunately, you just can't afford drop catches at this level.
Besides the level, at this stage of the game, they're on the back foot. They needed something to go their way. And if that's Khan there at short fine leg, that should have been grabbed. Unfortunate.
Look, he was grabbing it over his head, so it's not an easy catch necessarily.
No catch is easy, Doug. But they would have had 2 new batters at the crease, which is a lot better position than what they were 10 minutes. You'd think they'd probably look at a slip here. If he is going to have a dart, needs a wicket or 2.
Just having a look, they've got 3 men out on the fence. That's in front of square, but he's pushed that out into the offside. Just grabbing himself a single. Herman currently on 34 for 23 deliveries. It's also been a real exciting innings on.
Yeah, we sort of forgot that he was there for a while Prince was taking the liking to the bowling, but he's been very effective.
Yeah, I think those are almost the best partnerships.
Oh, that's it, Miles. That's another maximum. You did say Bose can hit the long ball, but geez, that's a great shot. And that concludes the 9th over. Someone's looking for the ball. SA under-19 team are 84 for 1 and looking very well positioned
84 for 1 after 9 overs.
to take victory in the first game here
That one
in
smashed
American
over
Oval.
6.
Possible change in the bowling here. Let's lever into the attack. It's very difficult to bowl dots if you've got no good wickets. The batters are easily just punching it into the onside and it's easy single. Okay, very exciting to see what Bose gets up to now. He's just faced 4 deliveries and hit 2 sixes. Captain's just telling him, hey, don't give him any wood to free his arms. Otherwise, we could catch it, yeah. The surroundings and go there. Just call me on the back.
Don't forget to bring the family and friends along. 3 days of top cricket. That brings up the 100.
And we've got the 100 up now for the SA U19 boys. Not really boys anymore, men, the way they're playing and apologies, ladies and gentlemen, just sort of fixing our audio glitches here and there. And as we approach the end of this innings now, Van Heerden just working that into the leg side. Really seems stock standard, the way forward here for the SA Under-19 side. Currently only requiring 4.3 to the over. And yeah, the Eastern Storm boys are slowly running out of options here.
Yeah, you just get the feeling of the body language in the field. They're sort of resigned. They need a miracle to get this game under control again.
I wonder if is this Libba related to Vian Libba? It's driven that straight down the ground, just trickling away for a single.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a strange intensity from the Eastern Storm fielding unit. I mean, they didn't look like they were aiming to get wickets. They probably tried to keep the runs down, but it never worked when you've got such good ball striking like the openers had.
Oh, he's just caught the inside edge of that, and they do get a single from it. I must say, I think the intensity
every over had a boundary in it, so that was always going to be a tough ask to defend 143, 142.
Yeah.
But it leads us to a bit of an exciting intro into our next game, because I'm sure the teams would have seen that anything under 160 can be easily chased down. So a lot more emphasis on shot making and being aggressive with the bat we can look forward to into the second game.
Had a bit of a swing at that one, just missed timing it. But you see, I mean, again, the intensity, they're looking for that second run.
And, yeah, they've been a breath of fresh air with the bat. Under 19 Post came out, and within 4 balls he had 2 sixes, 2 maximums under his name, didn't mess around.
Well, I think you're right in saying that this is a great advert for the second game, because for all of us cricket fans out there, we're hoping for lots of runs. Just like that, he's creamed that over the infield. Not just the infield, the outfield as well.
That's been the shot of the day so far.
I actually can't believe that has travelled all the way for 6. What a shot.
An amazing cricket shot here from Van Heerden. Unbelievable.
Also, such a great stroke player of the ball, and his timing is so good, and you often wonder how he generates so much power and so effortlessly as well.
Yeah, you just watch, he's got a very, very fast swing. His hand speed is excellent, and timing.
It's almost
Yeah, they're making it look too easy.
yeah. You're almost a bit disappointed to see him play a decent cricket shot for a single, you know. There's been boundaries galore so far this innings.
Just another 23 to win. Enough of overs left.
That's all coming in. It's been flicked into the coming around, collects it. They've come back for a second once again.
Yeah, and that's been the other positive. They've just shown how urgent you can run between wickets to turn in one singles into twos. I mean, that was barely 5 to 7 meters wide of the deep boundary fielders, and he was back in a flash.
I mean, he timed that well as well, so it got to them quickly. Dadswell getting a bit expensive here. Oh, he's flicked it once again. Very unorthodox flick, that one. And they turned that into a two as well.
Yeah, their running's been excellent. They've just shown the urgency. The intensity in chasing this 4 down has been brilliant. There's a bit of a complaint with the ball, looks like.
Yeah, and I think what's also been quite interesting is that a lot of teams will change their approach as soon as they see they've got a few runs on the board. They only require a runner ball. But the SA U19 boys have just continued the onslaught and made sure that they stay ahead of the game.
Well, not only that, remember this, in this little weekend of cricket here at the Pietermaritzburg Oval, there's a lot to play for. The top 2 teams going to the knockouts. So it's all good and well to win the game, but if there's the opportunity to win with a bonus point, that's got to be at the back of their mind as well. Because you'd think that the Eastern Stormers might have a win somewhere during the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, they have a good side.
The AET Tuskers were the one-day 50-over champs in the Division 2 last year, so they're a good cricket team. And then, the Mpumalanga Rhinos, they've got a lot of new signings there, so they also strengthen their unit. So
I think it's very exciting.
A bonus point could be quite crucial.
Agreed. I think it's extremely exciting when you look at all the teams and the revamps that they've had within the teams. And it's
a lot of movement, you're right. Up from Division 1 into Division 2 and likewise. But Eastern Stormers, they should, I mean, there's a few overs left. They need to also be aware that net run rate could also have an impact. So they've got to try to drag this out as long as possible.
Filani coming back into the attack now. He's backed away, had a swing. Oh, lucky to get away with that one. Just missing his leg stump.
Yeah, he did very well. Filani, he followed him. He gave him some room. He did boast, looking to free his arms. He did well to follow him and cramp him up.
Few mind games between batter and bowler.
A change in the field. Oh, we haven't seen that too often in these last 13 overs. 2 dots in a row.
Yeah, it's a great start to the over, but we know it's that boundary every over that just seems to come. It's that inevitable boundary.
Well, if Bose gets a hold of one, it's coming in our direction for sure. Oh, that's hit cleanly. No sweeper back there. Gave himself some room and really timed it beautifully. Over point for 4.
Again, such a strong hitter is Matthew Bose. Those broad shoulders, just leaning into that one, and yeah, if he's timing that, that's not being stopped. Bose moving on to 38 of 18 deliveries. Very similar to the openers' run rates as well. Or strike rates, apologies.
It's hit into the covers. They're looking for 2. No, well done. Keeping it down to a single. Well, whatever happens here, the Eastern Storm has got to go back to the drawing board for tomorrow. They probably will find a lot of things that they've got to improve on.
I think that's the beauty of cricket, is that what do they say? You never lose, you just learn. You know.
Well, they got to learn quick, because the benefit is the turnaround time is not too long. They'll be back here tomorrow. So.
Oh, he's come down the track. He's hit it down the ground and straight into the breadbasket. Unfortunately, that's the end of Van Heerden. Also, a quick little cameo, 18 off 11 deliveries.
Yeah, he's sacrificing himself for the team. Nothing more you can ask for. I think they are looking for that bonus point. Just 13 left to win. Probably got to the pitch, didn't hit it exactly in the middle.
Yeah, unfortunately, just finding Donny Rousseau out on the boundary, and real comfortable catch in the end. But again, it's done his job with a bat, and yeah, they can see the finish line, let's put it like that.
Well, they can smell it, to be fair. They're that close.
Look, I do think Eastern Storm have something to salvage here. If they can take a few late wickets, just grab a bit of momentum.
Well, whatever they do from now to the end will obviously help. And with the bonus point, with the net run rate, there's so many little factors. If they're serious in competing to get into the top two, to go on to the knockouts for this T20 competition.
It's also an exciting competition as a whole, the format and everything.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, at least it doesn't really count too much for the Division 2 promotion and relegation. Does T20 cricket, but it's a great start to the season. I mean, as soon as this is done, within 2 weeks, the guys are into 4-day cricket. So there's a lot of preparation in there. But to take home a T20 trophy at the beginning is definitely what any of these teams would want, to kick off the season on a winning note.
Just sort of whets the appetite for the season.
And creates
to
a bit of
come,
momentum.
You know?
Yeah. Guys who get runs or take wickets have got lots to play for. And that's a good running. It's going to be tight, and it's brilliant running there from Boast again.
New batsman to the crease, Richard Seletswayo. Also a very, very wristy player, and almost exactly what SA U19 will need just to see out the game, and getting off the mark with his first delivery.
Back to that point, lots to play for, because with the SAT20 coming up, you want guys to be performing, and standout performances, impactful performances are definitely going to raise a few flags going forward into the T20 competition. I mean, most of the teams have their squads, but it's still a long way to go till January, so injuries can happen and changes. If you are scoring consistent, you showing your ability. He's caught the bottom of the bat, someone's underneath it, and that's the end of Boast. A bright and breezy 39 of 20 balls.
Yeah, another real exciting knock here from one of the SA U19 top order batsmen, and coming in at 3, probably a little unexpectedly from a viewer point of view.
Yeah, it's not your normal number 3, but I think considering the game and the situation and the start that they had, I mean, he did what was required. He got them close to the finishing line. But what just brings me back to the point, if the Eastern Stormers just were a bit more disciplined and took their half a chances, that nick that went between the keeper and the slip went to hand, the catch at short fine leg, I mean, anything could have happened.
It's a completely different game.
Yes, if the bit of pressure in the batting lineup, this aggressive approach might have had to be tapered a bit, or if they continued being so aggressive, they could have been losing wickets like this. Would have really put a spin on it. But still, from the beginning, you felt 140 was probably 20 to 25 runs short.
If you're an Eastern Storm fan, you're actually maybe a bit frustrated at this stage.
To be very frustrated, because I mean, there's a lot of skill and quality in the unit.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Matthew Arnold. He just batted properly, and he was just short of a 50. Had a good strike rate. If someone else supported him along the way, or a bit more urgency in those first 3 overs in the power play, I mean, that would have been a totally different target.
New batsman at the crease, Diovan Maria. I think as SA U19 now, it's time to see out the game. It's rather not chuck away all of our wickets and mess up our averages. First ball is just guided for an easy single.
The fielders have got to be a bit more alert than that.
I mean, that's...
You know it's a new batter. You know he's going to want to get off strike.
And he's not
Gotta
exactly
be tighter.
far out,
Yeah, it's got to be tighter. Making sure that there's no single. Salvage something. I know it's difficult. It's meant to be difficult. 10 runs to go. Oh, good fielding there. Well played. Well stopped there at point. Saved a certain 4.
Yeah, so this is the first of 2 fixtures that we're going to have at the Oval here today. Coming up at 13:45 South African time, we have the KZN Inland.
The AET Tuskers.
AET Tuskers.
Yes, AET Tuskers. That's the name we're looking for this year. New sponsor on board for the Tuskers. So it's the AET Tuskers. I mean, they played really well in Division 2 last year with a good squad. They've lost a few players and also gained some, so it'd be exciting to see.
And they'll be taking on the... Oh, apologies. He's just creamed that down the ground to the fielder, looking for a second. Silitswaya to the danger end. Some good running there. Bit of a risky second there, but it was his call, making sure that he gets through.
In the end, it was comfortably there. Gave us a little bit of a scare for a while, no doubt.
Jad, again, as a South African fan, you know, in general, this is a real encouraging to watch. That we have such good talent at an under 19 age group.
Yeah, it'll be so exciting tomorrow to see how they go in game number 2 and then game number 3. Because I'm sure some of the other teams have taken notice.
Yeah, I mean
of the way they're going about their cricket, the urgency, the aggressiveness with the ball and the bat. So they'll be a bit more prepared and know what to expect from the SA U19 unit.
And I think also there's an element of composure that was almost lacking last season, but that composure seems to be.
Yeah, well, we had at least 5 of the squad played in last year's tournament, so they've already got a year's experience at that level. So they knew probably the expectation is not the same, and it's shown today. Yeah?
5 overs remaining. They've only got 6 runs to get. Is it one big hit away
I
from ending?
I hope it just ends it with style.
End it with style. Sort of wrap up the innings as fittingly as they can. But yeah, obviously Filani is coming into bowl now. He's going to be looking to keep his stats quite good.
Keep it in check.
First one's been hit straight to the fielder here.
He's actually been very, very accurate. I mean, I've been impressed by him. I mean, his last over was decent apart from the one where Bose got a hold of him, but...
Oh, he's gone down onto one knee, scooped it over the
Are they going to turn back for 3? Yes, they are. Good running. Back to 1 hit away, 1 boundary away from victory.
It was a bit of a nervy one in that the fielder was maybe 2-3 meters away from that, but in the end he did clear him relatively comfortably and halving what's required.
You said he was very risky.
Yeah, no, very nifty little player. He's also very exciting to watch, but a completely different player to someone like Ronan Herman or Matthew Boast. Oh, a bit of excitement in the middle. It's been bowled down leg side. They've appealed for the stumping, but
The excitement was mainly because he lost a bit of balance there, so well done to the umpire to stay alert. Didn't leave his crease.
unfortunately that adds one more run to the total from a Eastern Storm point of view. It's 2 runs required now. Driven it down the ground. And that levels the scores.
Yeah, scores are tied. Opportunity for Murray to score the winning runs. All the fielders come in on the offside. Is he going to drop and run, or is he going to go for a big hit? Oh yes, deep square legs coming in.
Just trying to put on that final squeeze.
Take one more with you. Yeah. Oh, bowled in the block hole. Dot ball.
Again, it's been quite an economical over so far. He has probably been the pick of the bowlers from the Eastern Storm.
Yeah, I would say his figures suggested, but that didn't really look threatening. Oh, and that's another one.
As we say that, he's gone and taken a wicket.
Yes. Was it really needed at that stage?
Oh, he's just rocked down
one run
onto
to
one
win.
knee.
Big gaps on the onside. Unlucky. Probably will be telling himself 3 or 4 meters either way. There was 4, but
Batsman number 7 probably started unpadding
Yes.
already, getting ready to shake hands, and now he's got to quickly grab his equipment.
well, hats off to Eastern Storm. They sort of showed some fight in the last 3 overs.
Definitely.
Hats off to them.
So those I think, I mean, you can carry that momentum into
Well, they're
the
going to
next
have
game,
to.
you
They're
know.
at least leaving this game, even though they're probably going to. Well, they are going to lose. They will leave this game feeling that yes, we weren't at our best, and if we improve another 20%, we can compete. Well, they've also got their challenges, and they're going to come across the other Division 2 team. So
New batter to the crease. It's James coming in. He's just got one run.
yeah,
to
does
get.
does he decide that he's going to take it on and get the single this over? Generally, bonus points need to be scored before the 16th over in chasing a score.
Well, I mean, I see they've pushed out the cow corner
Well,
fielder.
they left the cow corner and the long one for the big hit.
So
Yep.
why wouldn't you just push it into that gap, grab the single, call it curtains for the day?
I think Murray was thinking the same thing as he was walking off.
Final ball of the over. He's reverse
And he's
swept
got it.
and that's running away
That's
to the
4.
boundary.
He managed to secure the victory in the 16th over. That was well bowled, well played. So deserved victory for the SA U19. They played brilliantly all day, winning with 4 overs to spare by a comfortable 5 wickets. Eastern Storm weren't at their best today, especially with the batting, 20-25 runs shy. They fought hard with the ball towards the ending, but a deserved victory. Some brilliant stroke play from the under-19 openers, setting up the foundation. Matthew Boast topping it off with a brilliant 39. Some massive ball striking to clear the fence. And that brings us to the end of game number 1, opening up the CSA Division 2 T20 competition at the Peter Maritzburg Oval. Douglas, thank you. It was
Ahmed,
much more enjoyable this innings with you.
It's been a pleasure and an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please do tune in for the second game of the day. Same place at 13:45 here in South African time, and we are all waiting on the edge of our seats for the
home team, the AET Tuskers, to really put on a show for us. We've seen that there is potential for high-scoring cricket here at the T20 competition, and we hope to see more of the same in about an hour and a half's time.
And obviously taking on the Mpumalanga Rhinos, travelling from all the way across the country to join us here for this very exciting and entertaining tournament. And that's a wrap.
We'll catch up in an hour's time, Douglas.